Hi, I'm Ella and this is Bonnie, and we're travelling around the UK in our DIY camper van. This week we're parked up along the Suffolk coast in one of my favourite park-ups. Good morning from Southwold. So after a hectic few days in New York, we're back in the van. I've got Bonnie back with me, that's enough. And we've come to the seaside, our favourite place, being along the coast, and we are literally on the sea. Not literally, wrong use of the word. We're parked up along like the promenade bit of Southwold. It's lovely. I could hear the sea overnight. We got here yesterday and I can see it now. So Bonnie's been very patient with me all morning, had a chilled morning, so we're going to go give her a good run about now. Ready to go? Got a little state of the floor. That tidy when we're back, I think. Good girl! Wee! What you doing? Oh, thank you. What did you do? So we're just in Southwold, which I can't remember if I said, it's like a little village parish obviously along the coast. So we're just giving Bonnie a little run around on the beach, which she does love. So I've been throwing the ball for her for ages and yeah, she loves it. I thought it was going to be quieter since it's like a Monday in February, but I forgot it was school holidays. So it's really busy. So we managed to find a little bit of the beach that is a bit quieter so she can have a good run. Yeah, so there's a few bits to do here. There's like a pier that we're going to walk down, there's a lighthouse, and then we're going to walk down the high street, which I might do now to get a hot drink. My hands are freezing. Right, go find Bonnie.
Like a sunrise horizon, always there, always shining, building me up.
So we're just walking through some like the residential bit now in Southwold, and we're just walking past the lighthouse, which I think you can see. There we go. Yeah, so this lighthouse, it was commissioned in 1890 to replace 3 other lighthouses that were like facing erosion, and it's still working today, and it's got a light that goes out 24 nautical miles. We had a little walk last night and we saw it on. That was quite cool. Yeah, the lighthouse is 34 metres high, so it definitely stands out, which I guess is the point. We've just walked around the corner from the lighthouse, and in case you didn't know, Southwold's famous for Adnams Brewery, which is really hard to say. So if you didn't know that, you might think it was just full of alcoholics, because the smell of beer is so strong. So we're literally just walking past part of the brewery now, which you can do a little tour of, which is quite good. But no dogs allowed, so we won't be doing that today. There is a shop that I think we can go around, but I'm not a beer drinker, so probably not going to do that either. We're just walking now up to the church, and still just trying to find the high streets and grab a hot drink, because I bought loads of like hot drink, like hot chocolate and food to cook while I'm here, and conveniently I forgot to buy a new bottle of gas, so I can't cook any of it, which means I'm living off of snacks and fish and chips. It could be worse.
It's your love, love. It's your love keeps moving me back. Love me back. Your love.
So the church behind me, it's a Grade 1 listed building, and it's called St Edmund's Church. So if you watched our Bury St Edmunds video, there's obviously a link. We're not actually too far from Bury St Edmunds, and this church was built in dedication to the St Edmund. It was originally built in 1430, and it took around 60 years to build. It's quite an impressive one. Come on. Yeah, still on the hunt for a coffee shop. Yeah, and a dog. We just finished up lunch and we're heading back to the van now, and you can definitely tell we're somewhere that's home to a brewery. So I walked down one street and there were 5 pubs. Not that I'm judging, but all Adnams pubs as well, so they're definitely repping their own brand. So yeah, just a nice little walk along the beach. So we're back at the van, had a nice few hours out and about. We're just getting so cold, so we're just going to sit in the van for a few hours and chill out a bit, and hopefully it'll be a little bit quieter this afternoon once hopefully all the families have gone home, and we might have a little look along the pier, and I might pop to the shop for some snacks. Yeah, so we just have a chilled couple of hours in the van. You know, I was just walking up to the van. I think it's finally sunk in how filthy this van is. And to make it worse, obviously there's tons of seagulls and they've pooed all over the van as well. So it's definitely time for a wash soon. Yeah, I'm not in denial anymore. It definitely needs a wash. So we'll do that soon, I think. Yeah. Anything you want to add, Bonnie? Despite having like half of my lunch, she's had a little snack as well. These are the free candles I just got given as well, so let's have a look. They smell nice. That's cute. You ever seen Tiptree jam? They come in these little glass jars, they're quite cute. I think we're going to try the lemon curd one. Probably smells the nicest. So I have been using some candles to get a bit of warmth into the van the last few trips away. But I've now got this as a backup. Sorry, the van's a mess. This is a backup heater, and my diesel heater is finally working again. I think not using any of the electrics in the van for a few weeks. The little bit of sun we've had has actually charged the battery enough. So the battery's back at 100% and everything's working again, which is lovely. Last night I had the diesel heater running and I had the little gas heater on just to give it a little boost. And it was so warm in here. It was so nice. And it just makes such a difference to these winter trips. Like, because I don't mind walking around in the cold, but it's just nice having somewhere to go that you know you can get warm again. So, enjoying winter van life again. Much better. Hello from later in the day. Bonnie is subtly telling me that she's ready to go out again. Thank you, Steph. So I guess it's time to get up. She's very heavy. Wrapped up a bit more appropriate for the weather now. Just got cold hands. It's Bonnie's lucky day. We're going to go back onto the beach for a second time. And the sun is just starting to set, but I don't think we're going to get a very impressive sunset. Just going to pop to, I saw a co-op earlier, so I'm going to go in there and get some chocolate. And then there is the pier to walk along, and there's some like little shops in there, but I don't know if I've left it too late. So we'll go have a look, but we might have to do that tomorrow. Yeah. Let's take Bonnie to the beach. Well, we're hoping to put Bonnie in for some modelling next month, and we've got to prove she can do tricks from 5 foot away, and today she's just not getting it. We'll go again. So we get in there. She's been a lot better when we've done that in the past, so I think there's been a bit much going on at the beach. She has too much fun here. Right, should we go to the shop? Should we go to the shop? Yeah, come on. So we're just walking up to the high street again. We just walked past the... Go up here this way. We just walked past the Sailors' Reading Room. It was established in 1864. And this way. Yeah, so it's established in 1864 and it was designed to be like an alternative to pubs. So somewhere that the fishermen and the sailors could go without alcohol basically. Which is a good idea because it seems that's difficult to do here with so many pubs. I'm out of breath from the stairs. So that fish and chip shop looked so good. But they're cooked in beef dripping and I'm vegetarian. It looked so good I was debating just getting them anyway. But no, I've been good. We'll go and see if there's any other ones we can get. Well, I know there is, I got some yesterday because I don't have anywhere to cook. But hopefully they're still open. Otherwise dinner's going to be crackers and hummus. Turning into a bit of a failed evening. This is the problem with all of these little seaside towns, especially in winter. Once the sun goes down, nothing is going on. So it's like 5:30. The other fish and chip shop is shut. The public toilets are shut. And I thought, oh well, we're here, we might as well walk along the pier. The pier's also shut. Just a little bit annoying. No, come on. No. Bonnie's still trying to get out to the beach. So, I'll walk back up to the van. And I'll reassess what we do for dinner. Okay, so I can't remember where I left you, but I managed to find dinner. I found another chip shop and brought that back to the van. Me and Bonnie had some dinner. And then had a little like FaceTime with some of my friends, which is nice. One of them moved to Saudi Arabia. Is that how you say it? Saudi? Doesn't sound right saying Saudi Arabia. She moved to Saudi a few months ago, so we had a little catch up there. Yeah, a nice evening. So I've just got to take Bonnie out for her last wee toilet break, and then we'll be heading to bed. So I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. We're still in the same park up. So just along the seafront. I think today we'll probably do the pier that we didn't get to do yesterday. This park up's probably one of my favourite ones that I've done. Just the location's really good. So obviously it's on the beach. And it's free. The only thing, there are signs that say no camping, no cooking. Oh, I'm boring Bonnie, so apologies if I'm boring you. But there are signs saying no camping, no cooking. Which, like, I think that's a bit of a funny one. For me, camping would be like if I had my chairs out, like a tent, a barbecue going, do you know? For me, this isn't camping, this is like staying in my vehicle. And then the cooking one, obviously I forgot all my gas, so I've not done any cooking. So I think I'm okay with that. Let me know what you think, if I'm just being petty with wordplay, or if you think it's okay to stay here. I mean, I've stayed here and there's been no problem, so I don't think it's an issue. Yeah, I'm gonna finish waking up and see you in a bit. Okay, so we're a few hours later, we're still in the van. I don't know what it is, whenever I get in the van, even if I sleep really well, I just feel tired. I don't know if it's just because I finally like relaxed properly, or I'm not sure. But yeah, coming up to like midday-ish now. So, gonna take Bonnie out on the beach, and then we're gonna walk along the pier. Wrapping up warm again because it is still cold. Built originally in 1900, and it was built to a total length of 810 foot. It then had like a series of storms. I think it got bombed a little bit in World War II, and it got retracted right back to 60 foot. They've then rebuilt it over the last sort of 20 odd years. Well, it was rebuilt around 20 years ago, and it's now at 620 foot roughly. And yeah, it's nice. It's got some little like arcade games on it, some shops, some restaurants. Yeah, we'll have a little walk up to the end and then walk back. It's got some fun bits to do. We've got like that old arcadey bit that we just walked through. It was fun. It's got all like really retro games, like all handmade, and yeah, it was just busy because it's at half term.
Every time we're close, I know whatever happens, I will have you next to me. 'Cause tonight we have it all. When dancing is fun. 'Cause when dancing is fun. 'Cause when dancing is fun. 'Cause when dancing is fun. You and me are moving. Make sure we get through this. Let's just keep on dancing as one. You and me are moving. Make sure we get through this. Let's just keep on dancing as one. 'Cause when dancing is fun. 'Cause when dancing is fun.
There's extra bits, there's like crazy golf at the end, some little like tea rooms, as I said, like restaurants, that sort of thing. So we're just walking up to the high street now. I fancy getting another like hot drink and maybe a little snack for lunch. There on the pier as well, there was like a mural for George Orwell. It turns out he lived here for a while. They think that in his one of his more famous books, 1984, they think one of the characters was based on one of his neighbours when he lived in Southwold. And I think his books Animal Farm and 1984 were more predictive than fiction, the way it is at the moment. Just walking there now. I think I walked this way the other day and it was only sort of 5 minutes, so hopefully it won't be too long. And then Bonnie will have a good nap. Oh, and speaking of George Orwell, I found this, but this is actually the street that he lived on, Stradbroke Road. This is a a longer walk than I remember. And because I was so cold yesterday, I've now got on thermals, a jumper and my big coat, and it's hot. I think it's once you get away from like the actual coast, it's not as cold as what you think, is it? I can see the church now that we walked past yesterday, so not too far. Is it strange that I quite like walking through church, like graveyards? Bonnie, leave it. And it probably is weird. I start looking at all the dates and the names and seeing that like someone was born in like 1820, like 200 years ago, and they're just a name on a headstone. It gives me like a existential crisis, but in a good way. Like, not to get too philosophical, but just reminds you that nothing really matters, doesn't it? And that's probably a good and a bad thing, because it gives me the courage to just quit my job with nothing lined up. But then what does it matter? Gotta make sure you get out and enjoy life. Chew it. Chew it. Okay, so we just finished up our lunch, and honestly that was like the friendliest cafe I've ever been in my life. One of the regulars was stopping and chatting about wild swimming and Bonnie.
Can I say hello?
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Oh, look at you. Oh, such a nice colour. Hello. Not the least bit bothered. It's like
Desperate
tempting
to
to
get
the
to the
sea.
beach.
I was going to say, tempting to the sea, that is.
This way. And actually everyone's super friendly here. It's been really nice. Had cheese and tomato melt and a hot chocolate, and I think I'm ready to have some vegetables. I've lived on bread, cheese, chips and hot chocolate, and I actually brought food with me to be healthy as well, but you win some, you lose some. New York's got me into bad habits, I think. I'm just gonna find the toilet before getting back in the van, I think. So yeah, back in the van. We're probably going to be heading home within the next hour or so. So just giving the van a little tidy. I might clean the floor as well. Very exciting stuff. Over the next week or so, do some like finishing touches, which I've been saying for the last year. But hopefully this will actually be it for the build then. No promises. And I've not shown any of the build. I do want to do a van tour eventually, just for like my own memories. Remember all the effort I put into everything. So I didn't really document the actual build. Plans next week, I'm sticking to the coast, but we're going up to Norfolk. So we're going to head up there for a few days. and I'm going to get my geek on. I'm going to be nerdy and I want to go do some fossil hunting. And it looks like the storm, the seas have been quite stormy, which is good for fossils. So yeah, that's the plan for next week. That's probably going to be the end of this video, as I'm not going to be doing anything worth watching now. So if you've watched, then thank you very much, and if you fancy seeing some fossils, hopefully, then join us next week. Bye!